Hello everyone and welcome to Werven's World. Today I would like to show you how to make a complex. A complex is basically a combination of stations in order to increase your efficiency. So the product of one station can immediately be given to another station to use as a resource. So you can really make advanced things, which is really nice. You can make these complexes as complex as you want. You can basically actually make them into closed loops by putting a mine on an asteroid and then giving that ore to another factory and giving that to another factory, giving that to another factory, and so on. But today we're going to stick with a simple station that's fairly cheap to build, and of course it also doesn't give as much profits, but at least this gives us some. So what I'm going to do is build a Stott Spices factory in Heron's Nebula. And the reason for that is in Heron's Nebula there's a Kahuna bakery that buys Stott Spices for 76 credits, and also for example in Ringo Moon there is a Kahuna bakery that buys Stott Spices. So basically I can definitely sell my product. Furthermore, for Stott Spices the only extra thing I need is energy as well as plankton. So plankton I am going to build a plankton farm for, and that also only needs energy. So energy we can really easily get at Power Circle. There's a lot of solar power plants there, so we can just buy energy cells there. So it will be a two-station complex, so it will be fairly easy. So how are we going to do that? Well, first of all you need a TL class ship, so that's kind of like a station building ship. You can either buy it yourself or you can hire it like I showed you in my station building tutorials. I actually bought one, so I have a elephant and it's going to trade. It's at the Royal Bourne shipyard here at Kingdom's End, and I just traded a plankton farm. Then I will trade it a, where are you? Stott Mixery there. And then we need to link these two stations together. So we need a complex construction kit. We just need one because we need to make one link. And that's about it. So now we can go to... oh, let's first send our elephant. We can go to Heron's Nebula and we can jump there because it has a jump drive, and we go as well.
Jump device charging at 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90, jumping. Entering sys autopilot.
There we go. We arrived in Heron's Nebula. Now we have to just wait until our elephant shows up. Oh. I just wanted to say be careful of hanging out in front of gates. So now you know why. Yes, so now we can start. Where did you go? There you are. So that's my elephant. That's the ship that contains all the stations. So now we can look at its freight and we see a Stott Mixery as well as a plankton farm. So let's build the plankton farm first. Built. And basically now you just have to select a location, and I like to put them in the middle because, for example, here's a K cluster, which is an enemy, and basically before they reach the middle of a sector normally they're kind of blown up, so I don't need as many defenses around my stations, which is nice. Then I put them a bit up, and the reason for that is basically to prevent collision stuff. So if I happen to be in this sector, ships often have trouble navigating a little bit and they might crash into something and explode. But putting something up, you kind of prevent that a little bit. There's nothing to collide with. So now I just build it. I click. As you can see, our beautiful plankton farm right there. And now we just need to build this top mixery pretty close by it. So we look at the freight again, and we click on the stop mixery, build, and now we want that to be very close by. So I overlap them. I just use my numpad for that. Also in the z-axis. And then I zoom in. And I basically want them about 2 kilometers from each other. 2.5 there. And then basically I click again. Hey. And then we can connect them. And that's where it gets a bit unclear. Basically you click on your complex construction kit. You click build. You click on one of your stations. Click on your other station. And then you need to decide where your hub is going to be, and that basically means the station will have a docking clamp because we cannot dock with the individual stations anymore. So basically it makes a separate docking clamp. So I'm going to put that a bit to the side as well. Let's see, this is at 41 meters. There, 2.5 kilometers. And then I click again. So now it has a separate docking clamp. So this is where all the stations, all the ships will dock at. So let's go there and look at it. And there is our fabulous new complex to make us money with. So yeah, here's the stop mixery, and this here is the plankton farm. And then a little bit after that, here is the docking clamp where we could dock if we wanted to. But we're not going to dock, we're actually going to set the parameters right and assign a commercial agent to this station. So let's first get the commercial agent. So I already made one, I called it Plankton Agent. It's basically just a Mercury that I have equipped with all the necessary stuff, the trade command software and the navigation command software. And I also equipped it with a jump drive because at some point it will be able to use that. So I'm going to say that this is its home base. Orders command, home base, Heron's Nebula, my complex hub alpha. Then I tell it to go there. In the meantime, I'm going to rename this thing. You can do that in command console, rename, and I'm just going to say dot spices complex. Very boring, very easy.
Mercury, super freighter.
Let's see where our commercial agent is. I think that's him. So he's arriving now. There we go. So now we lost aim, that means he arrived. So now we can start doing some things. First of all, I want to set the station parameters. First of all, it's very important to give your factory some credits, otherwise your commercial agent doesn't have anything to buy energy cells with. So I'm going to give it 800,000. Oh. There. Perfect. Then I'm going to set the plankton differently, because as you can see here, it needs to buy energy cells and it needs to sell stot spices, but it can also buy plankton because the stot spices factory needs plankton. And it could actually buy them 4 jumps away. However, I'm going to produce my own plankton, so I don't want to buy it. So basically I say, please buy any plankton you can find for 10 credits. And as you can see, there is no station at all selling plankton for 10 credits. So, which is perfect, because then we're not going to buy any, we're just going to use our own. Then energy cells are fine, this is fine, we can actually sell them here in this sector for 72. That's all fine. So then we just need to set up our commercial agent. Plankton, orders, command, trade, start commercial representation. So the only thing I will set is the jump drive settings, and I wanted to use a jump drive once at high enough level, and one jump is minimum, 300 energy cells is fine, perfect. Then I can now just start commercial agent. And that would mean that now he should very soon start buying energy cells. There, Bioware energy cells. So I'm just going to wait for a little bit until it's back, and then you can see that it actually works, this whole thing. So yeah, I'll be right back. And there our Mercury is. As you can see here, he's got his entire freight full of energy cells, which he's about to deliver to our complex. There we go. So now the complex has all the things. So if I look at connected stations, they should now have resources. Not yet. There we go. The plankton farm is now producing. As you can see here, it is producing, making energy cells into plankton. And now it made its first batch of plankton. So now the stop mixery should soon also start. There we go. So now it has plankton and energy cells, and now it is making stot spices. So those stot spices will be able to be sold for 72 credits, thus making me turn basically 16 credits buying into 72 credits, so that's not bad at all. So yeah, with that, I hope you find it useful, and see you next time.